Welcome to the stream, everyone. Now, this stream is going to be very special to me and to my channel, based on the fact that this has been waiting since February 28th, and this stream is basically something I've been working a lot for. I've planned this for months on end, and now I think it's finally time I show you. So, if anyone remembers this one was the Ridgeway 266 that I bought and transformed into a different triple chime movement. And so now, we now have a new addition to the channel. This is a 1996 Seth Thomas triple chime grandfather clock. Now, if I say I pronounce this wrong, Kiniger or Kaniger, I'm going to pronounce Kiniger like this. This is a triple chime Kiniger movement, rather than this one is a Hermley triple chime movement. This one's a lot more awesome, since this one, it's just way more awesome. I'm so sorry for the shakiness. That was my other hand. This one's mostly the same of like the other one. And the reason I'm wearing gloves is because, like, I don't like touching the brass or anything. It's just because I don't want to get fingerprints everywhere. So, I'm so sorry about the shakiness. This is my fault. If I was to get a tripod, I would do it, but not now. We can just take a look at the pendulum. Really nice. You see right up there, it says Seth Thomas. This is a different second hand than the Herman movement. It's a really nice one. It's much larger than the other one. And this one does Westminster, St. Michael, and Winton, and then all the way down here is silent. And when you move it to silent, it moves the chime barrel all the way out, which just lets the movement keep playing. And then with this one right here, you move it, and then it chimes up like manually. So I can take this panel out. Hard to do with gloves on. And here's what the panel looks like for both sides. It's just a standard one. Takes out very nicely. Here's the key to it. This is not the original key, by the way. This is the 5395 key. And because the other key, I don't know what it had, but it was just all stuck and everything. It wouldn't wind. So then this one, it just works, which is nice. So then right here is the movement. As I lift up on this, which I will take out the other side panel. This one's much more easier too. And there's the triple chime Kiniger movement right there. On the back, right about here, it will say Seth Thomas movement. But like, I can't take it out right now since it would be too much of a pain. So, but just based on looking at this, I do really like the craftsmanship of this. And I really do appreciate it of how beautiful it is. And the pendulum here, it's basically, oh my god. The pendulum is basically the same one out of this one over here, but this one was more beautiful. Like, it wasn't like, it was taken care of for, basically. So then this one over here, it's more dirtier. It's just worse. So basically, I took out these two screws and swapped the pendulum from that one over to this one. And it works. It keeps time regulated just fine. So now I'm just going to demonstrate each chime. This is now on Westminster. to St. Michael. But for this one, I'm going to move you to the other side. Now on the last chime, Whittington. Again, I do apologize. My hands are very shaky because I've been very nervous about this. So that is not the only clock I've gotten. I've been waiting for this since February 28th, and I've had this since July 1st of this year. And ever since I made that short, I knew a lot of people were interested, and I hope that you guys will find this new edition pretty awesome. So now let's move on to the next 3 clocks that I got in my collection. And the first clock is the one that I got from the same seller. I got this one. This is the newest clock that I've gotten in the collection. It's pretty large to scale. Here's my hand for the scale. It's pretty large. I have another clock that I have that is for scale. This one. Yeah, there's a big difference. This one, even on the bottom, has a pendulum feature on it to where it will just swing back and forth. And it's pretty nice. I do like this. I got it for free since they were just going to get rid of it. And I put some batteries in it, mounted it on the wall, and it worked. Which is awesome. So the next clock we're going on is, speaking of Seth Thomas, we have a new little mini Seth Thomas right here. This one is I believe, I don't know if it's a pocket, if you call it a pocket, but this is from 1958, I believe. Here's the back side of it. It's made in Brazil, I believe. It's an alarm clock as well, with the little alarm. So I'll just demonstrate it. I believe it would be a travel alarm clock. It's pretty loud. And what's nice about this is you fold it like this, and it's pretty slim. So that's another one. I got it for Goodwill for like $3. And unfortunately, yeah, the dial is ruined on it. It was pure white, and now it's just like a faded darkish brown. So, and then the next clock we're moving on is to another little anniversary. And yeah, it's battery. But this time it's a little special. This is a Waltham anniversary clock, as we like to call it. And what's pretty nice about this one, plays a Westminster chime. It keeps track of the hours, and I find these little dolphins just like turning really fascinating. So that's mostly what I wanted to talk about. But I do have one more thing to do. Is that we all know how we did Defenema, Dolores, York Minster on this one. I'll show that to you now, because why not? Instead of waiting for the short format, let's just do it now. So then I have to take off a glove. So I'm going to set the phone right here, real quick. Alright, so now we are going to do Dolores. So that was the full version of Dolores, unlike the other one I played, which was like less version of it. So in this one is Di Fatima. And then two versions of York Minster. Here's the first version. And then here's the second version. So that's the 96 Seth Thomas Triple Chime, and I will hold a moment of silence for Howard Miller, because we all found out that because of the tariffs, because of the president, and because of all the conditions, and now how it's 25, Howard Miller is unfortunately going out of business at the end of the year. Which, this Ridgeway right here, it is a off-brand of Howard Miller. Howard Miller went to acquire this, I think, back in the 90s or something. I'm not really sure. And then they decided to incorporate it in here. So I was already working with Howard Miller. And now I am with a little more, even though this is American from Seth Thompson in Connecticut. This was completely different. But that's mostly what I want to say. So I'm going to give a little full tour of the full craftsmanship of this. And one thing I will mention right here is the fact you can see like fingerprints and the weights they're not really tarnished, they're just scraped. I don't know why, but the previous owners who owned this, they owned it for the last 15 years. And then it just sat for the last 7 years. And then it was literally the same exact day on Monday. We decided to ask them about it. $100, my own money for $100. And then they decided to just give it $400, which I will say it took me about 2 hours to get it going, which is not bad for one of these I've sat for like the last 7 years. And I wish I could take the dial off for you guys, but like unfortunately the whole outer ring or like the spacer, this has to get unscrewed from the back and then slide down without scratching the dial, by the way. And then you have to get it over this, and this, and then slide it out, and then you can take the dial off. Really kind of a pain. Unlike that one over there, where I just pop the dial off and it works. So this is what I got for $100, and ever since 28th, I've wanted a triple chime with a Kininger movement in it, just because they are really awesome. And mostly it's after I end the stream, I'm actually gonna have to film the movement review and all the chimes review on this, because this is gonna be the only time that our living room looks like pretty much garbage. So I can compare between the Hermley and the Kininger while I have this totally open space. So, and I also wanted to just say is that this is like actual rubber. On more expensive ones, you would see like wood ones, like they're held in with wood. On this one, it's just like a rubber. And for some reason, this one, I don't know if I call it bevel glass, but it is beveled. But then on here, it's just regular sheet glass. Nothing special at all. But then over to this one, bevel glass on the front and on the side. And if I can find it. This is what would go right here. And if you look at it in the right light, they're beveled as well. So this is really what I got. I hope you guys really enjoy this. For me, because I have been waiting for this for a long time. I also want to give a sneak peek of a few video ideas that are going to come out. The Westminster Chime Competition video, that'll be on December 12th. It will also include this and this. It won't include any electronic chimes. Yeah, like let's start it already. And then another video is just gonna be all the chimes, and then the movement review between this and that. And then because I now have like 5 Seth Thomas's clocks, there's gonna be a video dedicated to that. I know that car video did terribly. The boat video did okay, which I do have news for everyone. That boat is saved. It's not going to the scrapper, even though it's a 2002. That boat is saved. It means a lot to me. So I will give an update in the future when it's fixed. But for now, I want to say thank you for everyone tuning in, and I want to say thanks for watching.